Okay, macros are pretty useful when you're doing things like spreadsheets. Macros can just, when you press a button, they can run a short routine. It could sort things into order, but we don't need to do anything too complicated for just SEIT. We need to do macros to do simple things like save or navigate between two sheets. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just show you how to create a macro to navigate between the spreadsheet, which is on this sheet here, and if you go down to the left, the graph is on this sheet, and how to get from the graph by, instead of using this bit here, we're going to put little macros on it to make it a bit more user friendly. So we'll put a button on, we'll attach a macro to the button. When you press it, it switches between the sheet. Okay, so the first thing you've got to do actually is you've got to go to view, and the first thing to do is to record a macro. So we do view, macros, record macro. Okay, and we give it a name. Now names generally don't use spaces, so don't put spaces in. I'm just going to call it go to graph. Okay, if we were feeling really flash, we could change it so it has a shortcut key. So you could do Control and G or something like that if you wanted to, but don't bother messing with that because you override the ones that are built in. Store the macro in this workbook, that's correct, and if you want to put a little description in there, you just go goes to graph or shows graph. Okay, now what we do with these is we record them. So actually as soon as I press OK, the computer remembers everything that I do until I press stop recording. And when I run the macro, it does everything between the time when I press OK and the time when I stop recording. It repeats exactly what I've done. I only want it to go to the graph, so I'm just going to basically, as I press OK, go to the graph sheet, and then I'm going to stop recording straight away. So watch. So this go to graph is the macro name. This workbook shows the graph. Click OK. Right. You can see down here, this is really important, bottom left hand corner, that's the stop button. I have to make sure I stop, otherwise you end up in a right mess. So you do exactly what you want the macro to do, then you press stop straight away. I want it to go to the graph, I press stop straight away. Okay, see the stop button's gone? Right, that's a macro recorded. If I want to see it, view macros, I've got one called go to graph, going to edit, and there's my VB code that is built for me as part of the macro. Okay, don't have to do this, but it's nice to know. I'm going to go on back to my spreadsheet, and I'm going to insert a shape, and I think I'll just do something sensible. So let's just do a circle or an oval, draw it. Okay, add text, because edit text. I'm going to put on there go to graph or show graph. Okay, I'm going to center the text as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, now well, obviously it doesn't do anything when I click it. Look, it just allows me to edit it. But if I right click and assign macro, it'll give me the list of the macros I've just done. I've got go to graph already there. I've recorded it. Click OK. And when I press it now, you see when I move my mouse over it, changes to a hand. If I click on it, it takes me to the graph. Okay, pretty straightforward. Right, let me show you another one, just so you got the hang of it. I'm sure you have. I'm going to go to view, macros, record new macro. Okay, this one's going to be go to sheet. This one shows the spreadsheet. So in the description shows the spreadsheet. And remember, as soon as I press OK, it's recording. There's my stop button. I'm just going to go to the spreadsheet, stop recording. Back to my graph now. So I'm going to need to draw a shape. So I just do insert shape, something else sensible. You could do a little star. Let's do a little star. Doesn't look very sensible really though, but if it were doing a kid's spreadsheet, this might work. Edit text, show spreadsheet. Let's center it again, and then don't forget, right click, assign macro, go to sheet, click OK, and now hours of fun will happen because I can click on that, onto there, click on that, go to there, click on that. There you go. I can navigate between I do. Brilliant. Other macros you could make a save button. You could make a print, although that can get messy when you print out loads of paper by accident. But for your control assessment, one's to navigate between the different sheets, one's to save. Perfect.